What's up, guys? This is Eric with the Net Angle, where we break down political news, debates, and drama. And today I want to do a video that's a little lighter in tone. With everything going on, wars, rising prices, constant chaos, I figured we'd take a step back and look at something a little more ridiculous. So let's talk about the White House Easter egg roll from last weekend. Because if you showed me these clips a few years ago, I would have just assumed that they were satire. Now, don't get me wrong, the underlying issues are still serious. We're talking about a sitting president showing rapid mental decay, but the stage is straight out of a sitcom. So let's jump into it. Look at that. A beautiful Easter Sunday. Families, kids, perfect weather, everyone enjoying the White House lawn. Now let's hear the president kick things off.
So today is a very special day. It's a day where we celebrate Jesus. It's a day where we celebrate religion. But I just want to say we have a great military. We have the greatest military, the most powerful military any place in the world. You saw what happened with Venezuela. And it's an honor. I built it in my first term, and I didn't know I was going to be using it this much in my second term, but it's my honor, and they're the greatest people on earth. Our warriors are the greatest fighters on earth. And what about the rescue that took place yesterday? What about that? It's something that you rarely see. They were giving me a briefing about that, and they said normally when you're in very hostile territory, and I don't think it gets much more hostile than Iran. They're capable fighters, they're very tough people, and there are others like that. You don't mind when the enemy is weak, but that enemy is strong. Not so strong like they were about a month ago, I can tell you. In fact, right now, they're not too strong at all, in my opinion, but we're soon going to find out, aren't we?
Yikes. Okay, well, that escalated quickly. Nothing says Happy Easter like flexing military power and calling your enemies weak. And the whole rescue mission thing, look, there's a lot of speculation around that, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But what I will say is if we didn't start the situation, we wouldn't need to rescue anyone from it. That's a pattern. Create a problem and then take credit for fixing it. All right, let's keep going.
So this is all about today. I must tell you, I came out and I expected we were going to be talking about farmers, and we love our farmers. We were going to talk about so many different products, but you know what they want to talk about? Sir, this is about eggs. Eggs. Because we have the egg farmers of the entire country here, and they are unbelievable. And if you remember, when I first got elected, my first news conference with the fake news, a lot of fake news here today, but I had a news conference, and the first question, what are you going to do about eggs, sir? I said, what's wrong with eggs? I just got there. It's my second day in office. I had a news conference, and they were screaming at me, what am I going to do about eggs? And I said, well, it's like, tell me what's wrong with eggs. The price was so high. It was 4 times higher than it was a year before. I said, well, that sounds like a problem. Let me think about it. And Brooke Rollins, our great Secretary of Agriculture, she got involved. We all got involved. They didn't want me, as you know, just last year, it's hard to believe, they didn't want me to order eggs for the Easter egg roll, the Easter egg hunt that we have here every year. They wanted me to use plastic. I said, I'm not using plastic. We'll get it solved. And within a short period of time, eggs came down. They came down 40%, 50%. And by the time we got there, we had so many eggs, we didn't know what to do with them. And today we have more than 40,000 eggs supplied by all of the great egg farmers that are with us. So eggs is a big thing, and it was a big thing to our great First Lady, who's here someplace. Let's see. I think this is our First Lady. What do you think of our First Lady? She's a movie star. I don't know. Do we call her First Lady or a movie star? She has the biggest movie. Can you believe this?
What is this rambling? All he had to do was walk out there, talk about Easter, and put out a kind message to everyone. And he went from fake news to prices of eggs to Melania being a movie star. Seriously, get this guy in a home. All right, here's another one.
Biden would use the auto pen. He'd have an auto pen following him. Joe Biden, he didn't sign. He was incapable of signing a thing. So they'd follow him around with this big machine. You know what it was called? An auto pen. And he'd have the auto pen signed for him. He'd take the paper, hand it to his guys, they'd sign it with an auto pen, give it back. Not too good, right? Better to sign it instead.
Can I Trump?
Okay, that's the fake news.
I made Air Force.
Who likes the fake news? Does anybody like the fake news?
No.
Look at that. Trump sitting at a table with his peers, a child complaining to other children. But seriously, this video cracks me up because these kids have no clue what he's talking about. To them, he's just an old man ranting about nonsense. But it doesn't stop there.
Are you egg people?
Yes.
Everybody's an egg person. I never saw so many egg
President
people.
Trump.
It tells you it's a big industry. How did I do with the voters that do eggs?
Awesome.
Did you say 100% or 99%?
100%.
Did anybody in the egg industry vote for Kamala? A low IQ person. She's a low IQ person. Who's a lower IQ person, Biden or Kamala? It's close. That's probably the toughest question. That's a tough
President
question.
Trump.
How did I do with the voters that do eggs? The irony of calling other people low IQ when saying something that dumb. And why is he still bringing up Biden and Kamala? It's over a year into his term. He's a broken record. He's got the same one or two hits that he keeps going back to. And shout out to the Easter Bunny, looking back at the camera like he's in the office. I bet whoever is under that suit had secondhand embarrassment all day long. So that's the public version. Smiling, waving, Easter vibes. Meanwhile, this is what he posted just before the event. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. Ugh. When I see this stuff, I just don't know what to say, and I don't know how anyone can support it. And then, a couple days later, he doubles down with this. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. God bless the great people in Iran. I'll be honest, when I saw this tweet last week, it wasn't funny. I felt a sense of dread the entire day. I didn't know what to expect because at a certain point, it stops being a joke. The tone, the messaging, the decision-making, these are the rants of a senile old man, and we have to listen to it because rather than being in a home where he belongs, he has access to our nuclear weapons. And I know I said I wanted to do a video with a lighter tone, so I apologize that it got a little darker here in the end, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is funny or just sad at this point? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.